Go, Bunny.
Oh, hi, this is Bunny with the Animal Care Society, and this is Lena, and there's Tara Bassett.
I am in heaven at this moment because you're the cutest thing I've seen all day. And it is Take It From Tara, and it's Wagon Wednesday. I'm very excited to have both the opportunity to be here with Bunny and the opportunity to share with you the most exciting part of this entire event, which is to raise money for an incredible cause, and that is the food, shelter, and health care of a whole bunch of very necessary babies. Mm-hmm. And Bunny, you've got a whole lot going on at this point in Animal Care Society. I mean, I'm stunned at the number of animals you have, but you're very selective in that you don't overload yourselves so that you can do the best possible job for every animal that you have.
Right.
So, but it's,
I may have bit a little more than I could chew.
Well,
this
it's because you had litter after litter. What were you thinking, woman?
I don't know.
Laurel County. That's
crazy.
The worst possible scenario because that's where they just have tons and tons of unwanted dogs.
Well, they contacted us. I mean,
your mic.
Okay. They contacted us. We deal with, we've done a lot of rural shelters. They all know us. And they just were inundated with a bunch of puppies. And she sent me pictures, and that's always, they just kind of know sometimes, and I have weak moments. And and I must have been actually insane when I agreed to all this, because she showed me a group of puppies. I said, oh, how many are there? And she said, well, 9, I think. 9? And she said, 9, and yes. And then she goes, so she told me there were 9. Then the next day I talked to her. She goes, no, actually there's 10.
Oh, dear God.
And I said, well, what are they? And she said, Chihuahua mixes. I said, Chihuahua mixes? What Chihuahua gave birth to 10 puppies? So,
what was it? So was
they
it father
do look.
Chihuahua?
We don't. We thought that too. We thought that he liked big women.
Were the puppies this big?
I mean,
we could just come up with all kinds of great jokes about that. But
so then after I said, okay, I'll take those. I think I can make that work. And she said, okay. So then I said, do you have any small adults?
Small adults.
She says, oh, but I do. And I said, you do? And she goes, oh, yeah, but they come with 6 puppies.
Oh, my God.
I said 6 puppies.
16 total?
Yes, 16
Lord.
Puppies and a mother. And the mother actually looks quite a bit like her. Her face is a little different. And the mother actually has a little bit of a Boston Terrier look.
She does. She looks a little Boston Terrier like to me.
And they all are black and white.
She's got this great big body.
Yeah. But there's a couple of them that are very short legged.
Look at you.
Mom has legs like this. They're maybe 2 inches long.
Oh my God.
And a long body. So she looks
God.
like she has like a dachshund body with a Boston Terrier, basically.
Oh my God, she is so cute. How many of these?
6.
Are
There's
there?
6.
6 of these.
Yeah.
And what are they? 12 weeks, maybe?
I was saying 10, but 10, it could be 11, 12. I mean, I lose count when they start to get sick, and it's like.
Well, now you did have parvo break in the shelter.
Yes, I had. Well, luckily
not
in
here.
the shelter,
Yeah,
in my ISO area.
Yeah.
And they are the ones that got sick just a couple of days after we got them. And I think the reason why they ended up getting them is because we were told that they were just full of 3 types of parasites.
Oh, dear God.
So when you've got,
sweetheart.
hook, round, and tape, they said they'd never seen the worst case of tape they have ever seen.
Oh, dear God. Tapeworms are horrible.
Yes.
I mean, just to say tapeworm is
Right.
horrible.
And so when your immune system is already lowered, it's so much easier for you to get something.
Yes.
And so 5 of them, this is the only one that did not break, and which is why we've got her at the moment.
Let's explain what it means when you break the virus. Let's talk about parvo for a second so people don't really have any comprehension of what it is and how dangerous it is.
Yes, it is.
Talk to us about it.
Okay, well, parvo, there is an incubation period from the time that they are exposed to the time that they, what I call break, which is they start showing symptoms of the, and there are actually a couple of other things that mimic parvo. And so, but my vet told me, we love the mic. My vet told me that it doesn't matter if it's one of the other two things because they treat it the same way. So, wouldn't matter if it wasn't parvo. They still do fluids, they still do antibiotics, they still, everything is done the same way basically.
What a mess. Look at you. Look at how cute you are. Look at how he's watching on my monitor. So the thing with parvo is it's highly contagious.
Yes.
It's awful if puppies get it.
Well, and there's different strains.
Right.
So what's weird about this is that these puppies never had diarrhea.
Really?
No. All they did was throw up.
I'll be darned.
And I said, let's test one.
Yeah.
And that's when it came up positive. But there's another, I can't think of the name of it right now, that's like parvo that will make if you have that, it can test parvo positive on that too.
God.
So you may be dealing with something different, but it's still going to be treated the same way.
I just have to show this tail. This tail has never stopped whacking the whole time that we've been in here. And this is expensive stuff, Bunny.
Oh my God!
Let's just talk money for a minute, and then we'll tell why we have all these baskets that you're selling on the street corners to try to raise money.
Yeah, it is very costly. It depends on where you go.
Yeah.
I do have several vets that will work with me. There is also, sometimes I do have to take them to the emergency vets, and let's face it, the emergency vets are going to be higher.
Lots higher.
Usually it's just to keep them on fluids and alive till I could take them maybe to my vet. Say if I took them to like Metropolitan Blue Pearl, it's like $1,000 a night.
Yeah.
So you got to multiply that times 5 puppies.
Yeah.
So
let's think about that. Let's just let that sink in.
Yeah.
How many nights does a dog with parvo, a puppy with
Well,
parvo
these were not at the emergency vet. They were at a vet
Thank
that
God.
is very reasonable, and they are extremely good. They have dealt with this before. It was recommended to me to take them.
Do you want to promote them?
Well, I have several vets I'd love to promote, but one of them is Shively Animal Clinic is where they got them this time because they're 24/7. So they're great. The other big vet that we work with is St. Matthew's Animal Clinic. Dr. Chardon, he does wonderful things for us. So, and Pee Wee Valley, they've done stuff for us. We have a lot of vets that we are fortunate. Evergreen Animal Hospital gives us 50% off.
Oh, that's amazing.
So, there are a lot of vets. Not every vet, though, will take parvo cases.
Right.
And it just depends if they have the space to do it. And I guess Shively sees, they are such a big, they see everything.
They have the space, they have the ability to isolate.
They just keep growing and growing, building back there. Yeah. And so they were able to, because I called them with 2, and then the next day I said I have 3 more. And they're like, hold on, bring them on. So, and not every vet can accommodate that. Because you have to be very careful because you've got your other clientele coming in, and you certainly don't want to cross-contaminate and injure one of your own client's pets.
That's exactly right.
By giving them something.
Right.
So that's why we smock up. Everybody here divides up when we've got sick animals.
Have
it's called we're gonna strip her down and put her in
an isolation room. God,
put her in work clothes so she can go home.
You've literally divided the staff up
to hit all these rooms.
Who can handle which puppies?
Yes. So
which is amazing to me.
Well, and when you only have like 8 employees, it gets really hard.
You've done an amazing thing because you just said, who's qualified to handle these, who's assigned to handle this, and it's like everybody knows exactly who you can touch, what room you can go into, when you wear a smock, when you don't. This is just so complicated.
It is very and it's stressful because in the middle of all this, after these came back, we were doing great with our 10 little puppies, and our 10 little puppies are much smaller than these. They are very tiny puppies, and they always worry me because tiny puppies don't have a lot of meat.
Right.
They don't have a lot of substance to lose. They can't afford to be throwing up constantly because they get dehydrated and all of that, and they crash sooner than little Chubetto.
Yeah.
So, and this is a Chubetto right
She's
here.
Adorable.
So anyway, then I had a couple of those blow, And they, of course, came from the same place.
Parvo.
Well, as we're assuming.
Yeah.
But then we took two. Then I think a day later I took. I'm trying to think. Did I take 3 more? 2 more? Somehow they ended up with 7 puppies.
Oh, dear
3
God.
of them came back though. They only had them for a day, and they said they think their biggest problem was coccidia more than
Okay.
anything else on those. Now the other 2, I still have 4 there that are still pretty sick.
Georgia, will you come and swap me out some puppies here? All right, good. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask you to tell a little bit about Bow Wow Meow while I swap out puppies.
Okay,
Because
sure.
we're going to give the one who has not been exposed to this lovely young lady. And here you go, big baby. Here you go, big baby. And then she's going to hand us 2 other puppies who have been exposed to parvo but don't have at this point symptoms.
No.
So we're thinking that we're okay. And while we're waiting on
Well,
those,
we hope.
look at this. Do you want to just give us the whole crate?
Yeah,
Good
that would
idea.
be easier.
All right, so we'll put these back here like this. And here's your glasses and your sheet.
Yes, I'm
just
going to
in
need
case you
that
might need
because
them,
I have to
there were
read.
so many puppies.
Oh yes.
You're
Well,
like the
you
old
just
woman in the shoe, Bunny. You had so many children, you didn't know what to do.
So those were the L puppies. Just black and whites are the L
L's.
puppies, and we named them
The
L
L
because they
puppies.
came from Laurel County.
I love it.
So one of the Mama's Laurel.
Mama's
so
Laurel. How
now,
cute.
but before we go into these, we'll talk about the boutique. We have a lot of fundraisers, as you know. We're constantly fundraising.
Yes.
And the reason we're fundraising is for vet bills. That is basically what we're fundraising
If you
for.
haven't figured that out by now, you're a little bit slower than you
I
need to
mean,
be
we
to
we
survive.
don't euthanize. I don't care if a dog walks in 2 days later and needs back surgery. We go and have it done.
Right.
We don't go, oh, can't afford it, put him
Right.
to sleep. We
Right.
just never do that.
Right.
Unless an animal we are told has cancer, that's only going to live another 2 weeks. It's cruel to keep it alive. We will euthanize. But if we can make it well, then it gets made well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how it operates.
Show me that one basket before you even introduce the puppies. Let me just show you. So the Bow Wow Meow Boutique is the result
This
of
one?
literally months of effort.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm telling you, these guys do a beautiful job. So this one has, they call it the Skinny Girl Pinot Grigio.
And it says on the sign, I saw this on Facebook, and I have a girl named Ashley Rosen.
Yes.
She's a sweetheart.
Love
She
Ashley.
works with me a lot.
Yes.
And she has gotten this cricket that can make things on glasses and
Oh,
on
wow.
signs.
Cool.
And so I sent it to her. I said, we need this sign. She made it for me.
Read it to us.
It says, exercise makes you look better naked. So does wine. You choose.
So this is an example of one of the beautiful baskets that the Bow Wow Meow Boutique will be featuring. And the reason that these are for sale is obviously to pay for tens of thousands of dollars in medical bills, which are incurred every single day.
Right. And not only, is it medical bills? I mean, obviously that we do this for the medical bills, but in the same token, a lot of our other money has to maintain this shelter.
Yep.
Our dogs are in heated in the winter, air conditioning in the summer. Our dogs have wonderful beds. They have blankets. They have tons of toys. They have fresh water. They have all kinds of things. Matter of fact, we started having a major leak. My water bill was $1,200 and some dollars this last month.
No.
And I went, oh my God. So I called the water company. They go, oh, it's probably your toilet. Check that. So I called the plumber, and the plumber said to me, he says, yeah, you have a little bit of a problem with your toilet, but that didn't create $1,200.
Jeez,
So
Louise.
I had to literally replace. Now I've replaced every line in here, every line in this place. I had to replace the main line, which was $7,300.
Oh,
dear God, Bunny, that's
A month
terrible.
ago.
Look at what we have right here. Look at this.
Aren't
Who
they
is
cute?
this little boy?
Okay, this one, we have 10 of these puppies, remember, and we named them after Jeannie, who is the lady who transported all my babies. So we named the one Jeannie, and then the rest all got J names. And so this is the black and tan. This is Journey.
Journey. Oh, dear God.
And I'm sorry, it's not Journey. I'm so sorry. I'm sitting here reading Brown, Black, and Jason. That's Jason. That's Jason.
Jason.
And then the white brindle is Jones.
Hi, Jason.
That's Jones.
Hi, Jason.
Here, you take Jason.
Okay.
Let me welcome Jones. Come here, Jones. Don't go back in there. Come here, buddy. Look at you. Look at you, handsome.
And this is probably the biggest
Look at you.
puppy.
He's a beast. Look
Yes,
at this.
he is
Look at
probably the
size of
biggest
this guy.
puppy.
Look at that.
The
big
rest
boy.
of them are pretty
He's
small.
so proud of himself too. He's just big.
He's very easygoing.
Mm-hmm.
And that
They
one
have
is just,
their nose reminds me. A couple of the noses look like dachshund almost.
I tell you, you're adorable. Oh, I know. I love you too. I shouldn't kiss you if you.
And then some of them have the apple head like a Chihuahua. I mean, and they're all different colors.
That has a definite Chihuahua
Yeah,
look to
I'm
it.
telling you.
Yeah, but
What-
this one doesn't necessarily look all Chihuahua.
No, but if you look at the nose,
Yeah,
it kind of has
that
that.
little nose. He's quiet.
Yes, he is.
He's a baby. So when you have litters of puppies come in, obviously that multiplies the staff work,
Mm.
which multiplies the hours paid, which multiplies the cost of running the shelter. And you decide to create these wonderful baskets, and you have the Bow Wow Meow Boutique. And tell me when we can actually come and purchase them.
Oh, okay.
Do we have an advance? Like if somebody saw this basket right here about exercise makes you look better naked, could somebody buy that today?
Well, it's a bid.
I know some
Unfortunately,
people who would really like to
I
have
know.
that.
Unfortunately, it is a bid,
Okay,
and
bidding process.
there are liquor baskets. I actually had to buy a liquor license to do liquor baskets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, $300 to get a liquor license.
Wow.
So it can only occur on the 6th through the 8th. I have a specific rule.
6th through the 8th of December.
December that
Okay.
I can do these auctions.
Okay.
So you can, bid on them, but if you bid the top number, then you can just take it with you. There's no waiting around.
Look, he's like he's swimming or something.
I know, he's
They're
hilarious.
too funny. So the 6th through the 8th, and do we
It's
do this
December
online?
6th through the 8th. No, it's you will come to. A lot of people know about the Bow Wow Meow Boutique.
Sure.
I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you. It's been going on for 30
Oh,
years.
it's very familiar.
So a lot of people actually take off work on Friday. We usually make about 10,000 the first
It's like
day.
a little mini St. James.
Yes, it is.
And that 10,000 is already gone.
Yes, I've already. It's
way
gone
spent
and
it.
gone and
Yeah.
gone again
Yeah.
and again.
Well, that's why constant fundraising is so important, and I can't emphasize this enough. I talked to you about the fact that when I come out and I bring you a dog from a rescue situation and you so graciously take it in, I always say I'm gonna fundraise for you. Well, I did. This last crew of 3. Let's talk about the 3 little dogs. Seeing your dogs, Dad died, didn't have anywhere to go.
Right.
Caretaker was heartbroken, but parted with them because she knew it would be the best thing for the dogs.
And they're sweet little dogs. They
They are-
just hadn't been well cared
They
for.
had not been well
Well
cared for.
loved, but not well cared
Right.
for.
So it turns out that my paltry fundraising to get their shots and stuff didn't nearly cover what you've incurred. So tell us about the expenses.
Okay, honestly, we do as much as we can in-house.
Yes.
Believe it or not, we have trained ourselves to do FIV, leukemia,
Sure.
blood draws,
Absolutely.
heartworm blood draws. We give shots here. We just can't do the things that only a vet can do, which is
Sure.
a rabies. So we
Yeah.
have to take them to get them fixed and a rabies because I'm not going to learn surgery, and I don't think they'd let me. Secondly, so what they basically got done, I think 2 of them were already fixed. It's only one that had to be altered, and they got a rabies, but the cost was because of their teeth.
Oh.
So their teeth were in such horrible shape, they had to remove a lot of teeth. And so one of them was like over $1,000. The second one was 900 and some, and I'm sorry I don't have the exact
that's
numbers.
okay, but you get the
and
idea.
then 800 and some for the third one, which was probably the youngest one.
So almost $3,000. So
yeah.
that's just to give you some perspective. So
It's not cheap to
No.
help animals.
No.
It really, if you do it right.
yes.
I mean, you can do it wrong.
I'm just watching what he's doing with his feet. I'm hysterical. Yeah, and this is where you do it right. The
Well,
Animal
we
Care
try.
Society is where you do it right. There's no doubt about that. So these guys, although exposed, have not yet shown symptoms of parvo. Does that mean that they're available for adoption? Or
No,
do you
nothing's available yet because they're exposed. So
Yeah.
I would not want to adopt them out and then have them blow.
So you're one
so
of the-
until
one of
they
the-
get their shots,
Yeah.
till we make sure that they are clear from exposure, it's not going to happen. and we can give them their second round of shots and give them their flu shots. I mean, we now do flu shots.
Yes.
Because of the flu, and it was
Sure.
killing animals.
What are you doing? What is that little gesture that you're making that's so precious?
Says,
I want
well,
to take you home with myself. So you have to do the flu shots.
yeah, we do flu shots
Yeah.
now, so that got added on to
Yeah.
an expense. You
Yeah.
know, we do heartworm as soon as we get, they're of age, they get heartworm.
Yes.
They get frontline. I mean, we give them everything, and probably more than what a lot of people do when they own an animal, to be
Yeah.
honest with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I see that a lot when people come out and want to adopt.
Yeah.
People really honestly think that to have an animal, all you need to do is a rabies. And they don't think that because that's
No
by
idea.
law all you have to do.
Yeah. But
And
have
so
no
they
idea.
think that's okay. But in our world, it's not, because the rabies is to protect the people and them, but the DLPP C is to protect these little guys.
Yeah.
Because distemper, they either make it or they don't, and usually it will kill. Parvo, if you catch it in time, you can save them. I've saved so many, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
So,
It's
I mean,
an
we are
intensive process.
we have become pros, and when the minute something doesn't act right, we're like, oh my God, we have tests here, parvo tests here.
Yeah.
I test them the minute
Get
somebody's
out the
acting.
smocks.
Yes, I do. I said, come on, we're going to test. Of course, they see me coming with the little Q-tip, and they're going, ow, because it's rectal.
Oh,
you
no.
know,
Oh,
parvo
no.
is in the poop. That's where it gets spread.
Well, and people don't really realize when they get new puppies, they should not put their puppies down just anywhere
No.
for a period of time.
Oh, my
They
God.
will eat, if they're coprophagic, they'll eat the poop, or they'll even just get
Well,
into
if they
it.
step in it,
Yep, they
all
can
they
catch
have
it.
to do is step in it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is step in it and take it home to your house.
Yeah.
And don't think that because you see dogs walking in the park, because I always get nervous when I see little puppies that bark in the park, and don't get me wrong, I want people coming to bark in the park.
Yeah,
But I get nervous when I
babies.
see babies coming if they're not carrying them.
Yeah.
Because they don't know if all these animals have had
You
all
shouldn't
their
take your
shots.
puppies into a feeder store or
No
anything
place.
else
We
just
tell our
because-
people, you don't till they've had 14 days out of their third shot.
Gosh, isn't that amazing? So you have these guys for a long period of time.
Yeah, our quarantine time is a long
I
time.
mean, let's just think about this. How many shelters actually quarantine dogs?
I don't know, but we do. And that's why
That's the key.
these babies are the most important thing.
Yeah.
These are our clients, really.
Yeah.
We advocate for these babies. Everybody else has to prove to us they're worthy to have one.
That's exactly right. And you really vet your people, too. I mean, you don't just let anybody walk in here and adopt a dog.
Well, no, I want to make sure that, number one, they can afford a second animal.
That's right.
You know, if they aren't spending the money to already take care of the animal they've got, and we're having to beg them to go update their animal,
Right.
I don't feel good about that,
No.
because they're going to get a second one. You think
Yeah.
they're going to be giving that one shots? No.
What
if
is-
they aren't fixed.
What is the average stay of a dog that comes into animal care?
Well, Paula is our
Paula!
long, probably our long one right now. I've got her from a rural county, and she's a sweet dog, loves people. She's white, and her face is
She's
brown.
dog-aggressive, isn't
She is female aggressive, because she's a female aggressive, and she has a very high prey drive.
Oh,
So anything smaller than
it
her,
moves.
she thinks is hers.
Wow.
And so but she loves people. She is a great dog. She loves to go out and play ball. She's smart as a whip. I just need somebody who
It's far out
is
in the country.
Well,
Doesn't have
it
any
doesn't
other
necessarily
animals.
far, but maybe not the country, because that's where you get a lot of
Well, yeah,
strays
that's true.
dropped
That's
off.
true.
So, somebody who doesn't have another dog or has a big male dog.
There you go.
I think she would really respect a big male dog.
Oh, good to know.
Yes,
Good
yes.
thoughts. Okay, so that's what you have to start thinking about, and that's where you do so well with the mixing and matching, Bunny, is making sure that these dogs are going to the right homes. And you've got a room full of kittens, too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk for a minute about the kittens.
Well, we always have cats and kittens because they are just like potato chips.
Yeah, they do.
Every corner, everywhere you look, there's cats and kittens. There's roaming. People just dump their animals, especially cats. They think, oh, they're mousers, they'll go out and survive, and it's not really true. Especially if it was a pet that you had.
Yeah.
You've
They
been
don't know
feeding it.
Exactly.
It's like you think
What do we
it's
do
kind
now?
of like beagles. Not every beagle is a good hunting dog. Not every cat's a good mouser.
Oh, Lord, I tell you. So when you come to the Animal Care Society, the first thing that you're going to be doing, obviously, let's see who's on here today. First thing that you're going to be doing is meeting Bunny Zeller and her wonderful staff. The second thing you're going to be doing is the Inquisition of the year to find out if you're an adequate parent, which I love. And the third thing that you're going to be doing is supporting them by participating in the Bow Wow Meow Boutique.
Yeah,
I just love
please.
this idea.
Oh,
What?
this is important though.
Go
We are
ahead.
moving. We were at 4000 Collins Lane.
Right.
We were booted out.
That sucks.
I know it does. Luckily, we have this house down the road from it, literally on Collins Lane at the corner of Chamberlain.
Okay.
Right where Chamberlain is, from the Ford plant where
Yes.
Chamberlain is?
Yes.
Right there at the corner of Collins and Chamberlain is a little house, and that's where we're at, 3206 Collins Lane.
I love that. It's easy to get to.
Yes.
It's literally across the street.
Yeah, it's just down the road.
Yep. So Bev Wethington, Stacy Floden, Marsha Kelsey, Debbie Hossman, Brenda Davison, James Green, Francis Weinstock, Tommy Richardson, Charles Gazaway at Wave 3, Bertha Stamper, John Nolan, Judy Foster. Hey, Judy Foster, how you doing, buddy? Martha Bloom, Kim Shutter, Jerry Bloom of WHAS radio fame, Mike DeRiff. Jerry says, how cute are those pups? They're pretty damn cute.
They
Jerry.
are.
That's all I can say. This one's just sitting up here like a human.
And these
Aren't
probably
you so
aren't
cute?
the cutest, to be
Oh,
honest with
really?
you.
The ones that are sick are the cutest?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
breaking my
That's why I
heart.
raced. They were so tiny. They're the one that weighs the most was a little over 2 pounds.
Oh my God.
So if that tells you anything.
James Oslin, Pam Leet, Theta Adkins, Christina Keller, another great dog rescuer, Dawn Birch, Julie McDonald, Matt Westfall, Leo Fonte of Fonte's Coffee. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Jason Ashley Gardner, one of my favorite guys. Rebecca Eves, you are a good woman for taking in these angels and their mama.
Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Come and visit us.
Julie Foley, another great Apex rescuer, Lisa K. Schott. Hi, how you doing, Lisa? Thank you so much for tuning in. Ashley Greer, Aaron Hargan, Yvonne Austin, Renee Woodrum. I appreciate all of you guys. Arthur Miller, thank you guys for tuning in. Cassie Simon, always from Washington,
Oh,
D.C.
Cassie! I went to school with her.
She's amazing.
I know.
I love her. She tunes in every single time she sees me go live, and I love that kind of support. So the whole purpose of us being here today, obviously, besides to give me a puppy fix, which is just the best thing ever, was also for Bunny to return the flip-flops that I lost at the
Bark in the Park.
in September, and to give me a birthday present. So she selected this hat. All my children have paws, which is awesome. Thank you. And
You're
she gave me a drink bottle to go with it for my long travels. So you guys have always been just so special to me, and I love what you do, and I love the fact that you are so picky about how you not only care for these animals, but where they go in the end. So what I'm going to do is, when I'm finished with this live cast, I'm going to set up a fundraiser. And instead of, you guys do Facebook, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is it easier to give directly to the Animal Care
PayPal.
Society?
You can do our
PayPal.
donation page.
Okay, because the problem with Facebook is it takes like
3 months.
Yeah, 45 days or something to get more.
Mm-hmm.
3 months. So what I'll do is I'll set up a fundraiser, and I'll just ask everybody who's watching to chip in, realizing that only 3 of the dogs that I brought in here were $3,000, and I've brought quite a few more. So, God, I tell you, he is so cute.
Isn't he cute?
And this guy's
There's
decided
2 that look similar. These
he's gonna
2.
chew on me.
I mean, it's amazing the difference. I'd love to see the parents to these.
You've got big dogs and little dogs and everything in between. You don't just have puppies.
No.
Paul is the-
I
Paul is the-
like adult dogs. Most of the time, they're not as much work as the puppies are.
So tell me what your process is if people are trying to surrender animals to you. What do you do?
They need to call and schedule an appointment for an evaluation.
Okay.
That's for sure. We have to meet the dog first.
Yes.
Because obviously we don't euthanize. So I can't bring in a dog. I've had to turn down actually some of the prettiest dogs because they were so aggressive. You know what I'm saying? You know, like a little spoiled poodle that you go to pet it and it snaps at you.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you going to rehome that?
Yeah.
I mean, someone needs to retrain the dog.
Yeah.
But this isn't always the best place for that. We're
Right.
small. We're not. It's not. We're quiet. We're not as loud as like the bigger
it's very
shelters
quiet.
and
I'm
stuff.
always amazed.
But the thing is we're such a small staff. It's not like I have 50 people and I can go spend time working on it with a dog and its behavior.
Yeah.
We just don't have that.
Yeah.
And when we have sick animals, that pulls away a couple of more people. Like now we're divided up 3 ways.
Right.
The ones that haven't been sick, the ones that just came back, that had been real sick, and the ones in the back. So everybody is different that's handling these animals.
Right.
And that's just the way it is in the mornings too. I have one person handles the dogs that are healthy, and my cat person is the one that has to handle the sick dogs. And so we have an order in which she has to go around and clean them.
So is parvo transmissible to cats?
No.
Oh, isn't that clever?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not like
Not like
they
with
can
puppies.
get parvo,
But not
but
like
it's not
puppies.
like it's different.
Well, I tell you what, Brenda says they are so cute and lovable, yes. And Cassie says, I'll be at your Christmas event.
Yay!
It's the best, and you two are the best, and you're the best too, Cassie.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Say hi to Bob Simon for us. Bob was a meteorologist on Channel 32.
Yes,
who
I know.
relocated to Washington.
Do you know what? He used to do Bark in the Park. He used to be an MC.
I love that.
And then we got you.
What great footsteps I follow in. I've always loved him. He's a good man. So the whole purpose of rescue, obviously, is to take in animals that other people don't want, get them healthy, and get them into forever homes. And we talk about the fact that those of us who are in rescue and do crazy things like go and pick up dead dogs on highways and try to give families closure, or chase dogs all over town and jump fences to catch them so that they can go to Louisville Venture Animal Services and be reclaimed, or bring animals to a brick and mortar shelter, of which you are the one outside of the 2 big agency shelters. It is so frighteningly expensive to do all of this. And I say at Christmas, I mean, people might call me a Grinch for saying don't buy people birthday or Christmas presents, but I say give to the rescue of your choice in honor of something like this, instead of buying junk that they're going to throw away or they're going to outgrow.
And people do that a lot.
I
we
love
have
that
a lot.
idea.
We have kids that come and have birthdays and they end up donating stuff for us, which is so sweet.
Yes.
And then we're fortunate to have that. And then we have a lot of people that in honor of or in memorials when someone passes away, which so helps us out because, I mean, we don't get any federal or state funding. It's what we can bring in to the shelter to keep this going.
Yeah.
So.
Which is why I saw you selling baskets down there on the corner the other night. Out of the trunk of your car.
Was it baskets I was selling?
I don't know. But I think that it would be wonderful for anyone who is interested in helping to make a contribution to the Animal Care Society via PayPal. What's the PayPal address? Do you happen to know?
It's on a website. It was linked to the website.
I'll link it to the website, so that'll be easier. And I'm so grateful to you, and to you, and to you, little swimmer. Oh my God, his little paws are so cute. For just showing off the spirit of Christmas, because I said on my promo, puppies and kittens for Christmas, and they all need vet care, and they all need shelter and food,
and it's not a good time to get.
No, it is
We
not.
don't do presents.
No.
By the way, just so you know.
Yeah.
Now you can come in and apply, and then you are going to have to tell your kids that they must come out and meet the animal. Once we pre-approve them, then they can come in and do a surprise here. But we don't do gifts under the tree type of thing.
That drives me crazy.
It's the worst time of the year. You're busy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really busy. I
Bringing
mean,
a new puppy into the house
and right,
is not
chaos
the easiest
at
thing to
Christmas
do.
time. Family coming in, all
Last
these
year
parties.
one got out. I was chasing one all over Crescent Hill because everybody was coming in and out of the door, and the dog
Yep.
went whoop right out the door.
Mhm.
So it's a great time to think about it, but it's not a great time to do it.
Now,
So,
a couple weeks before, yeah.
yes, and bring the dog in and give it a lot of love and shower it with presents to yourself under the Christmas tree. Talk about the Bow Wow Meow Boutique just one more time
Okay.
while I go shut the camera down.
All
Here, I'll
right.
give you
It
this,
is December 6th, 7th, and 8th. On the 6th and 7th, it's from 10 to 5. And then Sunday, it is 11 to 5. And it is going to be at our new location, which is 3206 Collins Lane. It's literally a fourth of a mile down from the old place. So it's the same road. They just have to go further. They just have to go all the way down to Chamberlain Lane.
They're
So
killing me, Bunny. He's starting to swim too.
I know. I know it.
Bunny Zeller Animal Care Society with two of the babies that have thus far avoided parvo and will hopefully stay that way. But they sure could use your help, and I appreciate you guys being here for Wagon Wednesday. Happy holidays, everybody.